Imagine having the power to distill a full day's worth of congressional hearings into a concise, fact forward article that you can read over a cup of coffee. Welcome to the future, where the overwhelming torrent of information becomes manageable. My name is Andrew, the creator of Scribient, the transcription app you know and love. Today I'm thrilled to introduce you to our latest innovation. It's an application that doesn't just transcribe text, it revolutionizes the way you interact with long form audio information. In today's world, staying informed is crucial, but the sheer volume of information can be daunting. Congressional hearings can go for hours, burying key insights and important facts in hours of talk. This is where our app comes into play. Our innovative app listens to these extensive congressional hearings, accurately diarizes the data with speaker labels, then extracts the most significant keywords and phrases. These insights are condensed into a succinct, engaging fact-forward article. The information is chronologically arranged, semantically embedded, and uploaded to a vector database. That's not all, though. As a user, you can read the article and then query the entirety of the transcript. And to ensure a frictionless experience, we've incorporated a GTP4 interpreter, enabling you to retrieve accurate data with facts in a human-like interaction. In essence, our app brings the whole congressional hearing to your fingertips in a digestible, accessible, and interactive format. So are you ready to leap into the future of information consumption? Stay informed, stay ahead with our new application. Let's dive in and show you how it can redefine your information experience. Let's get started. All right, here we go. So I have two examples set up for everybody to kind of demonstrate how this works. We have a short 18-minute speech or remark from President or Vice President Kamala Harris at the Church Quadrennial Convention. So I will just take the URL. We do extract everything directly from YouTube. They are all hosted there, thankfully for us. Just a lot of times it's so much data that it's impossible to parse or one person to really be intensely understanding of. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. We are maximizing ourselves at about a 10x. Sometimes we eclipse a 20x as far as length of video to real time. So you are saving about 10 times the amount of time. This is an 18-minute video here. I estimate it'll take somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes, maybe a little bit shorter than 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and speed this up here. All right, so we are back. Looks like we've transcribed this in 81 seconds. Even more surprising. So, I mean, we're definitely way above a 10x on that. That's kind of cool to see. I'll open up this news article here. I will let everybody... you guys can go ahead and read this article here. Sorry about that. All right, I'll assume everybody paused it, took a chance to read the article. So what I'll do here is, because I've already read this, I've already listened to the entirety of the speech, I will just ask it a generalized question. I don't believe it says anything about church in here. Yeah, all right, there we go. I'm going to go ahead, and what I'll ask it is, what did Kamala Harris say about church? So what we're doing now is we're using a cosine function. We're embedding the question and then returning the most similarly correlated answers. So Kamala Harris mentioned her church as a place of belonging, community, and fellowship. She shared her personal experience of attending 23rd Avenue Church of God in Oakland, California, where she sang in a choir and participated in Sunday school. Harris emphasized the importance of faith, quoting Luke 179 and highlighting the role of faith in guiding individuals forward, especially during moments of uncertainty. She also acknowledged the historical significance of the AME Church in the fight for liberation, mentioning notable figures like Sarah Allen, Frederick Douglass, and Rosa Parks. Towards the end of her speech, Harris called for the church's leadership in defending hard-won freedoms, including the freedom to vote, women's reproductive choices, and protection against discrimination and gun violence. She urged the church to continue fighting for justice and emphasize the importance of faith, action, and preserving the principles upon which the United States was founded. So I'm going to end that here. There's really nothing much I want to ask it. I will get into much more in-depth example now. All right, and for a much more in-depth example of how this can really help to save you time, as well as really understand and get involved with our government in a healthy way. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. This is a 1 hour, 39-minute UAP UFO hearing that everybody's been highly obsessed with, we'll say. I haven't found it as interesting. I just think that the timing of the government to always put these out, I think is not for the interests that it is posed as. That's neither here nor there. We don't have enough time to go over all my personal opinions. I'm going to go ahead and run this. I'm looking at about maybe a 10 to 15 minute time. As indicated before, we're looking at about a 10 to 20x. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this here, and I'll catch you guys in a couple minutes. All right, so it looks like we're just about done with this iteration. We're going to go ahead and open this news article. Everybody can take their time. You can go ahead and read it now. You can pause it. And the bottom half, the last sentence. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it a question that was obviously not mentioned in that article. We'll get the correct answer out here. So we'll say, when did the Tic Tac incident occur? This was an incident that they cited multiple times within this hearing. As noted, it obviously didn't have the answer there. So we're going to go ahead and query against that. The Tic Tac incident occurred in November of 2004. We'll just double check back here just to show you guys that it is not listed anywhere in here. I'll even just type the date, 2004. And we have absolutely no examples in this. I'll go ahead and ask it a secondary question. And the other question that I'm going to ask here then is, they mentioned a lot about the classification of all these documents. And I believe that in this article here, we're going to go ahead and search classified government and existence of classified programs related to UAPs. And then also the only other time was seeking answers in classified settings. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, what was mentioned about the classification of these UAP documents? In the extracted text, it mentions that there is no reason for the objects themselves, UAPs, to be classified. There is a discussion about the security classification guidelines for UAPs and the need for transparency with American people. The witnesses expressed their concerns about the lack of reporting and investigation of UAPs, particularly in the military and commercial aviation sectors. They highlight the need for a reporting system and improved transparency from the government. The witnesses also discuss the potential threat to national security posed by UAPs and the need for better understanding and response to UAP encounters. There is no mention of the classification of specific UAP documents in the extracted text. And that's exactly right. There's no specific documents that they had mentioned in this entire hearing. So the last thing I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go out on a limb here, and we're just going to name one of the one of the speakers here. I'll just pull up the video, Miss Fox. We'll just say, what were... So what was Miss Fox's point? I haven't spelled her name wrong. Not that they would specifically know either. From the extracted text, it is difficult to determine Miss Fox's point, as the text does not provide any direct information about her perspective or opinions. The text mainly revolves around the testimonies of Commander Ferber and Mr. Grush regarding their encounters with the unidentified aerial phenomenon and their concerns about the lack of oversight and investigation into these incidences. Miss Fox's point, if any, is not evidenced in this text. So there we have it. I'm sure I could ask it a ton more questions, but I think that kind of really concisely sums up how powerful this tool is. And this is just the beginning, everybody. I really appreciate everybody's time, and I'll catch you guys later.